How much do you know about your family tree?
I actually know quite a bit about my family tree on my dad's side. I don't know very much about my mom's side.
Have you ever researched it?
Yeah, my dad actually has done a lot of research, and he can trace us all the way back to the Mayflower.
Is there anyone in your family that you'd like to know more about?
I would like to know more about my mom's side. Her father was adopted, so there's a lot we don't know.
How much do you know about your family tree?
I know a fair amount about my family tree. I know we come back from ancestors in Sweden and England, and I know we've traced it back, I think, to the 1500s for some of the lines.
Have you ever researched it?
I haven't personally done a lot of research about my ancestors. I know we have the books and we have the stories and the journals, and it's all there. So I guess I'd be interested to know a little bit about what my ancestors did before they came to America, because I think they were farmers. I'm not entirely sure.
How much do you know about your family tree?
I know a little bit because my dad's done some research into his side of the family. We know that my father's side stretches back to the 1700s in Cornwall. My great-great-grandfather went down on the Titanic. Interesting piece of family history. And we've got some family artifacts for that.
Is there anyone in your family that you'd like to know more about?
Probably the wife of the man who went down with the Titanic. I think she had quite an interesting and quite difficult life. She had a baby, brought it up by herself, so sounds like an amazing woman.
How much do you know about your family tree?
I know quite a lot because a relative of my father's did some research on our family tree, about 20 years ago. So, I know that my father's family is from Luxembourg. And in fact, when I worked there, I tried to get in touch with some distant relatives, but they weren't interested.
Is there anyone in your family that you'd like to know more about?
Guess what? It's precisely those relatives who are still living in Luxembourg, but what can I do? If they didn't want to meet me, I guess it's just destiny.
How much do you know about your family tree?
You know, I know a little bit about my family tree because I was lucky enough to grow up with having great-grandparents in my life until about like 9th grade. So I know a lot from them, and they told me a lot of stories about their parents and grandparents, but it doesn't go much further than that, and that's only on my dad's side. I know about immigration from Russia, but that's all I know. And then my mom's side I really don't know a lot about, but it's something I'm interested in looking into.
Have you ever researched it?
I've tried to research it a little bit, like doing the ancestry.com thing, but I haven't really gotten much further than that.
Is there anyone in your family that you'd like to know more about?
I'd love to know more about my great-grandmother's grandmother, so I guess that would be my great-great-great-grandmother.
Is there a period of history that you would like to go back to?
I'd really like to go back to Tudor England, 16th century England.
Why that period?
Well, I'm doing a PhD in the music of that period, and I just think it's such a fascinating time because there was so much change happening in the way people lived their lives, their religion, the way the politics of the country was working. It must have been a really exciting time to live.
Is there a person from history that you admire or find especially fascinating?
There was a lady called Bess of Hardwick who owned a lot of property in Derbyshire. She was a real social climber. She lived through Henry VIII, Edward VI, Mary I and Elizabeth I, and into a bit of James I as well. So she had a really long life, really exciting life, and she started from absolutely nothing and worked her way right to the top. I think she must have been a really amazing lady to know.
Is there a period of history that you would like to go back to?
I think I would have loved to be around in California in the 60s. I think it sounds like it was a really exciting time. I think there was a lot of frightening things happening in Vietnam, but people were excited and excited about the potential, I think, of something new and really exploring their freedom, I guess.
Is there a person from history that you admire or find especially fascinating?
I think I most admire Nelson Mandela. I'm South African, so he's the first person that comes to mind. I think he was an incredible person and an amazing leader. So, I would have loved to have met him.
Is there a period of history that you would like to go back to?
That's a weird one. I don't know. History was pretty brutal. Life was really quite hard. There are some aspects of it that I'd like, where time was slower, life was defined by the seasons and daylight, and you didn't have the same sort of pressures as you do now. So I'd like aspects of it, but I'm not sure I'd really like to go back to the actual way of life.
Is there a person from history that you admire or find especially fascinating?
Probably Queen Elizabeth I, because she managed to be the queen in a society where women weren't expected to have or hold or command any power and respect, and that they were meant to do the bidding of men and their families. And she actually stood up and was a person to be counted.
Is there a period of history that you would like to go back to?
Yes, there's a period I'd like to go back to, absolutely. I love ancient Greece, I love ancient Athens, and I think it would be so amazing to spend time there and see what it was like being in the Agora with Plato and Aristotle and talking, and that entire world would be very, very interesting to me.
Is there a person from history that you admire or find especially fascinating?
A person from history that I find that I admire. There are a lot of people. I study a lot of ancient history, so I would love to meet Julius Caesar or someone like that who really transformed the entire world with his actions. And he has a very unique personality. He was a very cocky person, and it'd be fun to just see what he was like in person and see how he was able to kind of take over the entire Roman Empire by himself.
Is there a period of history that you would like to go back to?
I think I'd like to go back to the Renaissance, like the 14th and 15th century, maybe in Italy. I think there was a lot of innovation and interesting new ideas coming up in that time period.
Is there a person from history that you admire or find especially fascinating?
I've read a lot about Filippo Brunelleschi, who was in Florence in Italy during the Renaissance and helped build the Duomo, the dome, in Italy.